Hello everyone. Today's video, welcome to Coffee Cup Enlightenment. Today's video is going to be about how to stop negative thinking. And before we can go into how to stop negative thinking, we need to recognize who's doing the negative thinking in the first place. And the answer to that, without beating around the bush, is it's our ego or illusionary identity. The identity that's been constructed and conditioned in us since birth by our people and surroundings. And it's a substitute identity created mainly because we have yet to discover our own identity, our true identity as just consciousness. Um, and, and so too, so therefore it sort of creates that compulsion to create a false identity for ourselves. And also the entire world around us has yet to discover this, even though that they're adults. The majority of people have absolutely no recognition of themselves as just consciousness, as their true identity. Therefore, they keep re-identifying over and over again, every day, like Groundhog Day, with their false identity, which is just an idea in your head. So how to stop the negative thinking? First is to distinguish and discern that it's not us doing the negative thinking. And then most importantly, recognizing with the other side of the face of this egotism is recognizing that it's the ego that it's disturbed by its own monkey mind chatter. And this is very important because if you realize, one, it's not you doing the negative thinking, and number two, even more importantly, it's not you being disturbed by the negative thinking, it's the ego making both of these things, then you can just simply step back and observe and watch these antics. And there's nothing personal to all this. Everyone has this within them, and it just keeps going on and on every day because we keep identifying with it. If there's something in you that's saying, "Oh, I shouldn't negatively think," that one that's making that comment is our false identity making the comment, not us. And then therefore you're identifying again, and therefore keeping the illusionary story alive again, and therefore creating an experience that we absolutely 1,000,000% believe and convinced that this experience is our experience, not this false idea within our head's experience. So that's how you stop negative thinking, is to number one, see if you can not mind and allow this negative thinking. Sort of just close your eyes as it's happening and just recognize where it's coming from. It's just this identity within you, this false identity. It's the one that's making these comments. And then look even a little bit more closer. Be relaxed and still. And then see also it's not you being disturbed by these comments. It's the same thing that created the comments that's being disturbed, which is this idea identity. And that's a meditation. Meditation simply means you're bringing you, which is your identity, which is the spotlight of attention. What we're doing is we're recognizing ourselves as a spotlight of attention as we're bringing the spotlight of attention to what's going on within our field of experience. And then it's done in such a manner that there's distinguishment and discernment and decipherness between us and what we're looking at. And this distinguishment then sort of severs the umbilical cord of false association, of false identification with this idea in our head that keeps talking every day and making comments. As mentioned in many videos, it's the false identity that makes judgments, and then it's reacting to its judgments. And then in a further phase of this false identity, then endeavors to repair and fix its disturbances. And then if we associate and identify with this one that endeavors to fix and repair, that's also identifying again and keeps the cycle going over and over again. So basically, there's probably like three faces. There's the one that makes the comments, there's the one that gets disturbed by the comments, and then there's the one that fixes the comments. That's the three basic faces of this false identity. And if we identify with any of them, then it just continues the false misrepresentation of who we are, and it also continues the false experience within our field of experience. We misinterpret the substitute identities experiences, our experiences, and then that just creates even more fuel for the false identity to comment even further and give vindication for its comments, if there's such a word. I don't even know if that's such a word, or conviction to its own comments. And yeah, so that's the whole the cycle goes. So how to stop negative thinking when it comes up? See if you can bring a bit of a smile to the antics of this monkey mind. It's not you making the comments. And most important, see if you can actually smile that it's not you being disturbed by its own comments. The smile represents the highest level of frequency of distinguishment and discernment between you and this illusionary character within you, and also its illusionary experiences that filter our perception. And as you continue to do this every day, as as it keeps appearing within your field, and notice that it keeps coming and going. We got proof of all what I'm saying here is when you relax throughout the day many times, and that's because there's no identification occurring. You temporarily forget the antics of this pseudo identity and its stories and its complaints, and that might happen just while watching TV because your focus and attention, which is what you are, the spotlight of attention is focused on the TV, and you've temporarily forgotten this character, and therefore your experience of reality is relaxed, and then all of a sudden something triggers, something happens, and it brings about this character back online again, and then you immediately within a nanosecond associate with it as you making the comments and feeling its own experiences as your experiences, and then you're absolutely 1,000,000% convinced that this is reality, that this is your experience when it's not. So yeah, that's how to stop negative thinking. Just learn every day. See if you can smile at it. That's the ultimate goal. And if you can't smile at it, put a fake smile. And look at this. Hello, negative thinking. I'm trying to smile at you. I know you're not real, or at least I believe somewhat you're not real, but I'm trying to see that you are not real. And maybe if I keep putting on this fake smile, I might see that you are not real. You are just an idea character in my head that's been long believed in and appears very, 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 very real. And then eventually you start saying, wow, it's kind of true. It seems true what this guy lying on a bed talking what seems to be somewhat true, somewhat now appears to be true within you. And then it becomes true and true evermore as you become distinguished in discernment between you and this character over and over again, and you're severing the umbilical cord, the life that you're actually giving it. So there's nothing personal to this whole game that's going on. It's been around since the start of time, and it's the purpose of why we're here, and the only purpose of why we're here, to end the game of false misrepresentation of who we are as this character in our head, and then eventually coming to the realization, which is the enlightenment experience of when there's no more of this monkey mind making comments, and no more believing this monkey mind as being us, no more believing the monkey mind being disturbed by its own comments as being us, then you got no more filters on your experience anymore, and what's left is effortlessness and neutralness. And this is the state of enlightenment, which is very similar to when you're relaxed many times per day. You can almost say that's enlightenment, but you know the I had an enlightenment experience many years ago where it was pure enlightenment, where it was just absolutely no more identification anymore. I woke up at 6 in the morning and the illusionary character was in front of me. I saw it for exactly what it was, and it disappeared for 1.5 days. And then after 1.5 days, it gradually returned over several hours, and it's kind of speaking in the experience of right now. So, but in that experience, it was like 1 million times more peace and effortlessness, and it was like a big weight lifted that you didn't even know you're carrying until it's gone. And that weight was the false identification with this character. When that was no longer there, then so too was all its heaviness gone. And it's probably like the experience is probably like a constant state of orgasm, but 1 million times more. You know, that's the way I sort of describe it. And it's just incomprehensible to even conceive, anger or anything because it was the character that was angry, not me. But that's how the state felt like someone could have slapped me in the face and spat at me, and not saying what I would do to move myself away from her or whatever, but there was no more ability to react anymore. There was no reactor, and the reactor is the character. So all I realised who I was the consciousness of all this play, of the reactor, the commenter, the monkey mind, the one that reacts to its own comments. All of that was gone for 1.5 days, absolutely and utterly, completely. Therefore, leaving reality for what it was, effortless and neutral. And probably, it's not possible for everyone to stay in this state. People who have enlightenment experiences, it doesn't last. People like even Eckhart Tolle, his enlightenment experience lasted for 5 months, but he's able to go into that state. As I am as well, and many other people that have experienced enlightenment temporarily. You're able to just throughout your day go into that state and remember it again, and it makes it effortlessly easy to deal with this character when it appears. Ginormous storms can appear, and you can just smile and glance at them, and they shatter into 1 million pieces of euphoria. This is the potential every day what you can experience through these, applying these mindfulness videos in your day to day living. Absolute orgasms every day, and using the very thing that appeared as suffering and illusion, as suffering and disturbance, and transmuting it into orgasm and euphoria, because you're so rooted in and recognition of the truth of who you are as just consciousness. No more are you able to confuse this illusionary character in your head anymore as you. And in that recognition, you smile at the false, and the truth of who you are orgasms into flourishing evermore. Sounds like a make believe thing, but hopefully maybe everyone's had some type of little experience of this. What I'm talking about, you know, but it just magnifies more and more if you actually apply it. And that's what I've been doing for many years, being the ever alert guardian of what's going inside of me, trying to see if it's true that what's going on inside of me isn't actually me, but just a little character in my head, and then eventually seeing that this character is just an idea. It's not even real. It's just a bundle of ideas that I've associated with my whole life that was conditioned within me from my surroundings. It's not fun. It's not personal, and it's no big deal. Everyone has it, and then transcending it into the ever immaculateness that you are, evermore. Thanks, everyone. See ya.